What's up, everyone? Today we're diving into the wild world of Pokemon cards and the crazy boom that's happened recently. There's so much going on, and it seems like it's affecting collectors, players, and enthusiasts in a big way.
Okay, so I've been sitting here for a while trying to figure out how to articulate my words and just to explain exactly how I feel about everything that's going on in the hobby right now, everything that's going on with Pokemon cards in 2025. And I, I'm scared for the hobby. I'm scared for the hobby. I'm afraid for the average Pokemon fan enthusiast, and I'm scared for the players of the game. I'm going to explain everything in detail in this video, and just to throw it out there, this is just my personal opinion on the matter. You can have your own opinion. This is my opinion. Do not take it as fact, but I feel like I need to get this out there. I feel like I need to make this video because this is really important to me, and I'm sure it's important to a lot of people, especially people that are involved in the Pokemon card hobby right now. So what we're seeing, what's going on is Pokemon cards are booming, right? And it's happened over the last 3 months, I want to say. It's progressed.
That's a pretty big claim to be scared for the hobby. It's always a mixed bag when things boom. Good for visibility, but tough for the average fan if they're pushed out. What do you guys think? Is this boom going to be harmful in the long run?
Getting more and more intense. And I think we're in a bad situation right now with Pokemon cards. There's no way to sugarcoat it. I think this is bad, and I know a lot of people agree with that. But I want to get into more of why I feel like that. I want to explain a little bit, and hopefully there's a positive outlook on this for the future. But I think that we just we have to play our cards right. At the end of the day, we have to get our voices out there, let it be known that this is an issue and that we need to figure out how to resolve this. So where do we start? So let's start back in 2016. 2016, there was a big boom with Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go came out. The app was hugely successful. There were so many people playing the game. You could see, like, literally your grandma was probably going around playing Pokemon Go.
It really did get everyone and their grandma back into it. That's what makes Pokemon so special, the way it can pull people together. But that boom was a bit different. Not everyone jumping in for the investments.
Or your mom or like your uncle or like anybody. Like, realistically, there were so many people that were playing Pokemon Go, and that got a lot more people back into the hobby as a whole. It got people back into the card game. It got people back into the video games. It just got people back into Pokemon again. It was a really big catalyst at the time to pull people back into this franchise, which is the biggest media franchise literally in the world. Like, it is ridiculous how much money Pokemon brings in. And 2016 was huge. I mean, I myself got into Pokemon again at that time. Now, I collected as a kid back in the 90s, of course, when Pokemon was first released, and I played the game and I collected for probably, I want to say, 3 solid years. I was super into it. And like a lot of kids at the time, you got a little bit older, whatever. It just was something that got pushed to the side. A lot of people did stay with it, though, but, it was a big hype phase back when it first came out. And a lot of people thought it was just a temporary fad. They thought Pokemon was just going to be this fad, and it was going to end. It didn't end. It's kept going for decades at this point, and we saw that it's just ballooned into this crazy, crazy, ridiculous thing right now in 2025. But anyway, 2016, everybody was getting back into it, and it was a big bump in popularity. And I remember people were really, vintage was going up. That was a big thing. Modern was really, it wasn't anything crazy. Like, Modern was selling, but boxes like Evolution, stuff like that, they were still whatever, $90 a box or something like that. You could go on Amazon, you could literally buy as many as you wanted. Modern was not getting a crazy boost like that. So after 2016, it cooled off a bit, and then, I was still doing my thing, right? I was still opening cards. We were doing breaks. We were doing content. We were having fun with Pokemon in general. So many people were able to buy any set they really wanted in Modern. Like, it was not a big deal to purchase any set. I mean, Evolution or Evolving Skies was, you could just pick it up. I mean, everything was just it was MSRP or whatever. But 2021 and a 21 hit, and with everything going on in the world, with COVID, with people getting into opening packs and videos and content, and just social media in general was exploding. TikTok was becoming a thing. Short form content was blowing up. And what happened was we had a ton of people jump into Pokemon cards for all these different reasons that snowballed together. There's a lot of different catalysts that happened at the same time then, and they just kind of was like throwing gasoline on the fire. And in 2021 and the beginning of 2022, there was another huge, massive boom. And I feel like it was more specifically based off of vintage Pokemon cards, but there was a lot of modern. We saw stuff like Champions.
It's kind of wild that modern cards are now being seen as investment vehicles. It's like this whole other world of trading and investing, almost like crypto. It's affecting the collectors and enthusiasts who just genuinely enjoy the hobby.
Path being sold out. We saw Vivid Voltage blowing up, but it was never to the levels of what we're experiencing right now. So after 2021, 2022, it started to cool off again. And it cooled off for a couple years, I feel like. And now we got to the end of 2024, and all of a sudden there's just more chatter about Pokemon cards. There's more talks about just modern sets in general. And then we had Surging Sparks. I feel like Surging Sparks was a really big catalyst for people getting back in. And we saw Surging Sparks right out the gate, $150 a box, $175, $200, $220. I think we're now at like $230 for a booster box of Surging Sparks.
$230 for a booster box. That's insane. It's really turning the whole scene into something that feels a bit out of control.
And I mean, don't get me wrong, this set is good, but it's not insane. It's not like there's no reason why it should be a $300 booster box. Whatever, $230 booster box. But we're seeing that. We're seeing this massive craze of people buying boxes. And right now, it almost feels like there is this sort of like new outlook on modern Pokemon cards as this huge investment vehicle. And you know what? And I'm not blaming any single person or any single group of, I guess, people that are jumping into Pokemon. But I will say the investing side of this, there's no one way to slice this or to say this, but the investing side of this is really, really blowing this whole thing up with people buying the boxes, the sealed product. It almost feels like to me like these are new cryptocurrencies that are being released. Like booster boxes are like new forms of crypto that drop, and people are just buying them up. And it's almost like a box that's under $200 is like this great value or this.
It's crazy how anything under $200 is suddenly a great investment vehicle. The investment craze could turn a beloved hobby into a speculative circus if we're not careful.
Great like investment vehicle for people right now. And I mean, I'll show you guys like boxes based off of best selling right now on TCG Player. I think I'm on the second page. Let me go to the first page. But these are like the best selling booster boxes right now. And you're seeing like here's Surging Sparks at $230 as one of the top selling sealed booster boxes right now at this current time. And you could see sales on the side here. I believe this is like, you know what I mean? Like these are the different items sold. You could see right here every, I guess, couple of days, January 9th to the 11th, the 6th to the 8th, like 154 sold, 127 sold at this price, 115 at that price, 149 at that price. And this is just TCG Player. You know, we have conventions, we have eBay, we have TikTok, we have Whatnot, we have all these apps, all these buyers marketplaces for all this stuff right now. But what it seems like is happening to me, again, this is just my opinion, is that like all these boxes are just like, this is Paldea Evolved, and it's almost like people are just buying these and they just keep going up and people just keep buying them. And it's tough because I feel like this is affecting the average collector so much, and I'm afraid of what's happening now with the TCG. I'm afraid of what's happening with this people, enthusiasts of the game, people that genuinely love Pokemon, whether it's the games or the cards, people that are just enthusiastic about the brand, who love collecting the cards, who honestly, and I know, like, you could say, well, just take a step back. It's just cardboard. Like, this is not a necessity in life. This is not food. This is not water. But, dude, this is people's entertainment. This is pulls people away from the grind of life and is something that makes a lot of people happy that they can enjoy. And it's really upsetting when this is, I feel like, being taken away. It feels like it's being taken away from your average Pokemon card enthusiast, collector, player, whatever that may be. And look, I'm not against people getting into the hobby and jumping in, and anybody being a part of the hobby. I've said that since day one of starting this channel, that we would always be open to people coming into the hobby, to sharing the hobby with people, and enjoying it. And I've been opening up Pokemon cards now for like 10 years, just about. I mean, if you include when I was a kid, another 3 years there, but for probably 10 years now of opening cards. And well before YouTube, I was doing daily Pokemon card openings for 5 years before I even jumped on YouTube, and started creating content out of it, because I was having so much fun with it. I was enjoying it. I'm passionate for this hobby. I love this hobby so much. I love collecting. I love opening packs. And I wanted to bring that to other people. And at the same time, to be able to do that as a full-time career, it's a blessing. I mean, like, I'm so grateful to be able to do this. I'm so grateful for this community. And I really don't want to see Pokemon go down the wrong path. And I don't want to see this turn into this huge sort of like just buy, invest, blah, blah, blah. Like, and yeah, I know we talk about the money. We talk about value of cards. We talk about if it's worth opening booster boxes or not, because I think that's important. And, you know, it's not solely like the money aspect of it, but it's more so if you're going to buy a booster box for $500 of Fusion Strike and you want to open it up and you want to see the cards and have fun with it. Well, number one, well, let's move away from Fusion Strike. Let's just talk about realistically Prismatic Evolutions, which is really the issue right now. And I mean, it's like, dude, you want to open up Prismatic Evolutions right now as a normal collector and pay right here. You can see $18 a pack is the market.
That's a lot of money. It's downright shocking. If this keeps going, how's the average collector supposed to keep up and enjoy the hobby?
Price $18 a booster pack right now. $18. That comes out to probably like $800 or $700 for a booster box or something like that. I don't know the exact number. $700 maybe we'll say for 36 packs of Prismatic Evolutions. $700. I mean, like, Elite Trainer box is $150 for an Elite Trainer box of that. If you want a case of Elite Trainer boxes, that's going to be $1,500. The average collector, the average player, is not going to be able to play this game if this continues. You're not going to be able to acquire cards if this continues. You're not going to have the cards to play the game. And that leads me into Journey Together. That's the newest set that was just announced last week, literally days ago. And we have pre-orders being resold for $250 plus. These are the pre-orders for one booster box, $250, $255, a case of 6 for $1,600. So tell me, how is the average player, sorry, it's just really upsetting to see this. Like, I get scared because I don't know the exit of this to sort of like bring everything back down. Because again, like, if you look at this as like the newest crypto drop, right? Or like whatever, it's like almost like everybody's just buying them up and holding on to them, and the price just keeps going up. And I know I keep comparing it to like crypto or something, but that's just kind of like the first thing that comes to mind when I think of this. And it's almost like, oh, the new set's here. Everybody that can get this for MSRP, it's gone instantly. Pokemon Center, I mean, I'm sure once pre-orders drop anywhere, Target, Walmart, Best Buy, GameStop, those are gone. Those are gone instantly. They're gone. And then they're either being automatically flipped on eBay as selling their pre-orders, which they're not even guaranteed that they're going to have those pre-orders in hand. They're just crossing their fingers and hoping that they're going to get that pre-order and deliver that to the customer. And that's a problem, because then once all the MSRP stuff is sold out, it's going on eBay, and then all that's going to be left are purchasing these things from stores, businesses, online shops that get the allocations. And realistically, they can charge whatever they want to charge for the product. And once you get to that situation, it really just feels like MSRP is just it's just so far gone at that point. And if the normal players can't get the cards to play the games, to build their decks, if every drop, if you're not there within a minute and it's sold out, probably less than a minute at this point with all the bots, there's tons of bots that go through, and there's
all these pre-sales and bots scooping up the products faster than a kid in a candy store. These systems seem broken, and it's just making the problem worse.
That's really the way that I think a lot of people will get these pre-orders, is with using some sort of like botting to be able to check out really quickly and buy them, and that's what it's getting to. And if that continues with Pokemon dropping a brand new set every couple of months, brand new products monthly that are sold out instantly and that are automatically going up for 2, 3, 4, 5 times MSRP, that just takes it out of the hands of your normal collectors and enthusiasts and people that are genuinely excited for the hobby, and that scares me. And you guys have probably saw my video where I opened up the new set Prismatic Evolutions a few times, and every time I opened it, I felt worse and worse about opening the product. I just felt so bad sitting there. I felt bad that other people were scrambling to get the product.
It's really upsetting to hear how scarcity is driving prices so high, turning a fun hobby into an exclusive club only for those willing to pay an arm and a leg. The whole situation feels like it's spinning out of control. The responsibility isn't just on the market, but also on those contributing to the hype.
I felt bad that not MSRP, the resale price on these things is $20 a pack plus. And I don't see where this ends. One of the big things that I feel like we should be doing to help this situation is that we really should be making our voices heard here and reaching out to Pokemon. I'm sure they're already completely aware of this, but really reaching out and saying, hey, we need more product. We need you guys to open up more printing facilities. We need we need to like up our capacities here, because I'm assuming all the printing that they have is at full capacity. I'm assuming they're printing 24/7. I don't know that for a fact, but I'm assuming that. Back in 2021, 2022, Pokemon made a few statements promising that they were going to up the printing capacity of Pokemon cards. And, I know that they acquired some new facilities over the years, but it's nowhere near enough. In my mind, I feel like they're not even close to meeting the demand. So that's one way that this situation can kind of get better for everybody, is if Pokemon just prints more product to try to meet the demand. I'm not super optimistic about it, though. I'm not going to lie. I'm not feeling very optimistic that Pokemon is going to be able to print enough for this type of demand. It's crazy. The other thing is, if the demand starts to die off, and I don't know how, or it really would just come down to people not buying this stuff. Realistically, if you guys are not buying this stuff at these crazy prices, then it's just gonna, stuff will come down more and more as people are fighting to get the sale, and as people are sellers are undercutting each other. But I think this is really a lot different. If you were here for the huge boom in 2021 and 2022, I think this boom is, again, this is my opinion. This is not fact. I'm taking a total guess here, but I feel like it's like double what it was in 2021, 22, which was already insane. But that, I feel like, focused a lot more on vintage, and I feel like this run is really about modern. And I really think it's mainly focused on Scarlet and Violet era, especially brand new sets drops, and Sword and Shield era. I feel like those are the two big ones, and that's the easiest point of entry for most people. That's the cheapest point of entry for most people into the hobby. And now that we're seeing the cheapest and easiest access points for people to get back into cards, being taken over, it's going to drive a lot of people. It's going to drive a lot of enthusiasts, a lot of people that love the hobby out of the hobby. Whether that's permanently or temporarily, it will drive the people out because there are plenty of people that do not want to pay these prices and cannot pay these prices, and it is outrageous the prices on these. And I'm just afraid that every new drop of Pokemon cards is going to be this crazy hyped thing where the pre-orders are sold instantly. They're put on eBay and prices just continue to climb. We see with all these other boxes on TCG Player that it's just like it's almost like there are so many different angles that people are getting into, like purchasing different boxes and stuff like that are driving up. Like all these boxes have gone up probably like
It genuinely feels like another cycle repeating itself, but even more intense this time. The endless cash grab and sustainability of this growth are questionable, especially seeing how it crushes the low-end entry points for fans. It's disheartening to witness the fun being sucked out for many.
100% at least. I mean, Evolving Skies is 1,300, 160 for Stellar Crown. Lost Origin has been going like just it went from being sold on Pokemon Center months ago to being almost $400 a box right now. It looks like with like no end in sight. Now, I hope that this just that this is just a temporary craze. I don't know what the answer is. Nobody knows the answer. No matter what channel you're watching, there's plenty of great channels out there with great information, but nobody knows the answer. Nobody knows what's going to happen. Nobody knows when or if these prices are going to start coming back down. But this is the situation we're in right now. So on my end, I just want to put this video out there. I'm not trying to cause this huge fear and panic, but I feel like I need to put this content out there. I feel like I need to put it out there for myself. I feel like I need to put it out there for all of you guys in the community. I feel like it needs to the conversation needs to continue, and we need to get back on the right path for Pokemon collecting and Pokemon playing the game and just Pokemon cards in general, because I feel like we're going down the wrong path right now, and it doesn't feel good. So the first thing is just to get the conversation out there. If you're a Pokemon card content creator, I would definitely suggest, and again, we need to stick together here. We need to not start this thing of just fighting each other and like this whole big thing of people just arguing and dividing us even more. I feel like we need to band together and create content. Hey, Pokemon, we really would we really hope that you could print more Pokemon cards. We really hope you can build up more of infrastructure to be able to meet the demand, to drive the prices back down and build the supply up, because they did not do enough over the last 4 years when they said they were going to, and it's not even close. And that's the scary part, is I don't know how fast they could scale something like this up, but they are one of the most profitable companies, I feel like, in the world, I would assume. So I feel like they definitely have the money for it and the connects and everything to make that happen. But yeah, I would just put it out there. We need more stuff printed. The other thing is, I would suggest, honestly, don't buy this stuff for $20 a pack. Don't do it. If there's no one to sell it to, then the price, people will compete against each other. I know it's easier said than done because a lot of people want this product and it's hugely hyped and everything like that. The other thing on my end that I want to do is I'm going to continue giving away Prismatic Evolutions products and videos. We do giveaways like almost daily here. I keep giving away Prismatic as much as possible. I'm going to start donating all the bulk that I get from videos to players, so at local card shops, or I can ship them out to different shops across the US. I mean, obviously, like, I don't have like this crazy like supply to help everybody, but like I'm just going to put that out there for people to be able to play the game. I mean, have cards that could help them potentially. And yeah, just kind of like getting the word out there that it doesn't feel right and it's not good. And I'm just worried. That's it. Like, I'm just genuinely worried. I love this hobby. This hobby has changed my life in so many ways. I can't even begin to explain it. And I'm sure a lot of people feel the same way about that. But it's been a huge part of my life, and it's really helped me through a lot of different situations, and it's taken my mind off a lot of different things that I've been going through, and I'm sure a lot of other people go through things, and everybody goes through something in life. But to have something that you can sort of lean on and to take your mind away from different things is really good. And this is it for a lot of people. This is opening Pokemon cards and collecting and being involved with the hobby. I've made so many friends in this hobby. I've like, it's just been the coolest thing ever to be a part of, and I genuinely love this hobby, and I want to make sure that it's just that we're on the right path. That's all. And that's all. That's the only reason why I wanted to make this video. And again, I don't want to cause any panic. It's just my opinion on the matter, and I think that we can figure this out, and I think that Pokemon can get back on the right path. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all I have to say on the topic that I could think of right now. I don't write out scripts. I don't I don't do anything like that. I just sort of try to I don't know, just say how I'm feeling about it. And, one other thing too is I don't think there's one specific person or one specific thing you can point your finger at and say, oh, that's why. But everything has a part of it. Everything has a part of this. Whether you're a collector, whether you play the game, whether you're buying and selling, whether you're investing, whether you're a content creator. Even myself as content, I know opening up products like that it affects the market, like as much as, and you know what I mean? Like, and it's not intentful, it's not on purpose or anything. It's just, I create content. This is what I do, and I have fun with it. And Prismatic was super hyped. I was very excited to open Prismatic, and I really thought in my head like this was just a temporary thing with the huge prices. I thought it was just something like that was gonna blow over in a week, and every day that's gone by I'm looking at it, and it's just like, and I'm thinking in my head like, I really hope that this starts to level out soon, because this is having this as the future of Pokemon cards with $300, $400, $500 plus booster boxes out the gate. It'll destroy the hobby. It really will, in my opinion. Again, this is all my opinion. I could be completely wrong. I hope I'm wrong. That's my opinion. That's pretty much all I got on it. If you guys want to leave comments, feel free. I'm going to read through the comment section and see what you guys think, because I'm very curious. But I don't like this current situation. I hope it changes for the better sooner than later. That's all I got, guys. Hope you have a great day, and I'll see you on the next one.
Thanks for sticking with me through this intense deep dive into the current Pokemon card climate. If you want more on card collecting or my take on other hobbies, check out another one of my videos. See you next time!